this is Nidhi here. So today I am going to explain the law of diminishing marginal utility and consumer equilibrium through cardinal utility approach in case of single commodity. First, let us understand the law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility states that as more and more continuous units, or can say successive units of the commodity are consumed, it offers lesser and lesser satisfaction. That means as the consumption of a commodity increases, marginal utility tends to decline. This is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. Now in my previous class I have given you the example about the mangoes. As more and more units of mangoes are consumed, marginal utility is diminishing and total utility is increasing only at the diminishing rate. Why? Because marginal utility implies addition to total utility. If marginal utility declines, addition to total utility also declines. So, diminishing marginal utility shows that total utility is increasing only at the diminishing rate. Now, there are few assumptions in the law of diminishing marginal utility which I have not mentioned, but it is mentioned in the book which is written by me and published by me itself and by Dr. Hemant Gupta. This is the essence of microeconomics which is available in Flipkart and Amazon. So only by typing this essence of microeconomics you can avail the copy. It is written in very easy language. So you can get the copy in both the links. Now my second topic is consumer equilibrium through cardinal utility approach in one commodity case. Now first let us understand what is consumer equilibrium. Consumer equilibrium refers to a situation where a consumer spends his given income on the purchase of a commodity in such a way that he gets maximum satisfaction. Now equilibrium is what? Equilibrium is the rest position towards which consumer would like to move to get maximum satisfaction. Now marginal utility is the utility which we derive from a particular unit. Now let us understand where consumer derives his maximum satisfaction. Suppose you go to the market and you want to purchase the pen. You ask the price for this pen and the price quoted was rupees 80. Now you will wonder whether the price of rupees 80 is worth it. You will start comparing the price paid for this and the utility derived from this pen. That means the satisfaction. So if you are ready to pay the price and the utility derived from this pen, that means the satisfaction which you are getting from this pen is more than the price, that is more than 80, you are ready to buy it. But if the utility derived from this pen is less than the price paid, the consumer will not like to purchase. Okay, so thus if marginal utility derived from a commodity is greater than or equals to the price paid, the consumer will like to purchase. But if marginal utility is less than the price paid, consumer will not like to purchase. Now let us understand more with the help of a numerical examples. Suppose I want to purchase the shirts. This is the table where I have taken the unit of shirts and marginal utility. Where marginal utility is already converted in money. That means we are comparing marginal utility in terms of money. Now see that in the first unit, if marginal utility derived from a commodity is 700 equals to rupees 700, that means if marginal utility is greater than the price paid, the consumer will like to purchase the first unit of shirt. Here marginal utility is greater than the price. Now in the second unit, what you see that marginal utility is greater than the price paid. So here consumer will again buy the second unit of the shirt. Now in the third unit, here the consumer will attain his equilibrium point where marginal utility of the third shirt is equals to the price paid. So here it is the equilibrium point where marginal utility is equals to the price. This is my equilibrium point where I am getting the equal satisfaction. Now after that the consumer would not like to buy as it is giving the less satisfaction than the price paid. Now here is the diagram. Now look at the diagram. Here in the y-axis, that is the vertical axis, in this figure I have taken marginal utility and price, and here in the x-axis I have taken the unit of short. Now you see that mu is the marginal utility curve which is sloping downward, indicating the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now the horizontal line P is the price which is fixed at rupees 600. Now you see that both mu curve and price are intersecting at point E with each other. Therefore, what we can say that the consumer is at equilibrium point at E, where price is equals to marginal utility. Look at the third unit of shirt where price is equals to marginal utility. Okay. Above the point, now you see that above the point E, that is point A, suppose the consumer is getting the more satisfaction. Look at the point above 3, that is first unit and the second unit. Consumer is getting the higher satisfaction, that is marginal utility is greater than the price. Here marginal utility is greater than the price. Now below point E, say point B, consumer is getting the lesser satisfaction, that is marginal utility is less than the price. Here consumer will not like to purchase the fourth shirt because here the marginal utility is 500, which is less than the price of the shirt, that is 600. Thus point E is the equilibrium point where mu is equals to P. This is the consumer equilibrium point. Clear? Now here second thing is that in the case of a single commodity in consumer equilibrium, we learned that when marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price, here marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price, it is the case where consumer attains equilibrium. Now, let's suppose I am giving you one table where I am defining marginal utility in terms of money. Here I am taking the units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I am taking the price, which the price I am assuming to be 60. It is assuming to be 60. Okay. Now here I am taking marginal utility in terms of money. Now here I can take any figure. Now you see that marginal utility is already converted in terms of money, and here I have given you the marginal utility in terms of money. So in this table what you can see is that when the price is rupees 60, in the first unit when the price is rupees 60, the consumer is getting the satisfaction of rupees 100. That means he is getting more than what he paid. Here marginal utility is greater than price. Now in the second unit, when the price is rupees 60, the consumer is getting the utility of rupees 80. That means he is getting more than what he paid. So here marginal utility is greater than price. Now in the third unit, when the price is rupees 80, the utility is also the same. That means it is the equilibrium point where mu is equals to P. So what we can say that by consuming third unit, the price paid is 60 and the marginal utility by deriving the commodity is also the same. So here consumer will consume until it reaches to its maximum. That is where mu is equals to P. Now we know that a consumer compares price with its marginal utility of a good in terms of money. Since it is difficult to compare the price compare the good expressed in utils and the price expressed in the money or a rupee, you can say. So we convert the marginal utility of a good in terms of money. First of all, we convert marginal utility of a good in terms of money by dividing the mu of a good by mu of a rupee, or you can say money also, same thing. So what we can see here is that marginal utility of a good is first converted in terms of money by dividing MU of a good by MU of a rupee. This is the formula. Now, marginal utility of a rupee is what? Marginal utility of a rupee is the extra utility when an extra rupee is spent on the other available goods. Now, we will explain the above condition of the consumer equilibrium with the help of the utility schedule. So here I am taking one table where marginal utility in terms of money is not given to you. Units of commodity, say X, I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now here I am taking marginal utility which is expressed in utils. 120, 100, 80, 60 and 40. Now here I am taking the price which is assumed to be fixed. Okay. Now here what I have to do is that here marginal utility is expressed in utils. What I told that it is difficult to express marginal utility of a good expressed in utils. So what we will do, we will convert this marginal utility in terms of money so that we can compare it with the price. Here I am adding one more column, that is marginal utility in terms of money, so that we can compare easily with the price. Or else I can say that if you say that marginal utility, what is the, if you consume 1 unit of commodity X, marginal utility which I derive is that 120 utils, 100 utils. Likewise you will say we cannot express our satisfaction in utils. So we can express our satisfaction by just converting this marginal utility in terms of money. It is difficult to express in utils, so that's why we are just converting this table in terms of money so that we can compare it with the price, whether we are getting the satisfaction worth of the rupee or not. Now already I told that marginal utility of a rupee or a money is the extra utility when an extra rupee is spent on other available good. Suppose when you have 100 rupees in your purse and you receive 1 rupees extra in your purse. So by spending that 1 rupees you are deriving 4 utils. What that means, whenever you pay 1 rupees extra, you are deriving the utility of 4 utils. That we are assuming that 1 rupees is equals to 4 utils. Whenever you pay extra 1 rupees, you are getting the satisfaction equal to 4 utils. Okay, this is our assumption. Here I am taking the price also constant. Here I am assuming the price to be constant. Now let us see how to do it. Now we can write it that 1 rupees give us the 4 util. So we can write like this way, 4 util is equals to 1 rupee. Clear? Now you can see here, when we are consuming first commodity, here what we are seeing that it is 120 utils. We are getting the utility. Now if we do it, 4 util gives you, when you pay 1 rupees you get the 4 util. Okay, 120 utils gives you how much of satisfaction? Divide by 4. So you are getting 30 utils. Clear? Now same thing in the second unit. What you can do is 100 utils, how much give you the satisfaction? 100 divided by 4. How much? It's 25. So then 80. So in third unit, so 1 rupee, 4 util is equals to 1 rupee. So 80 util, how much? 80 divided by 4, it is 20. Then 60 divided by 4 is 15. Then 40 divided by 4 is 10. Clear? So this is my marginal utility in terms of money. I have converted only this thing, marginal utility in utils. I have converted this util into terms of money so that I can compare it with my price, whether the commodity X is worth to buy it or not. Now see, what you can see in this table, that when the consumer will consume the first unit, he is paying rupees 20. Okay, when he is consuming the first unit, consumer is paying the price of rupees 20, and what he is getting, he is deriving the 20 utils. Okay, that means by consuming first unit, he is paying rupees 20 and he is getting the satisfaction of 30 utils. Now in the second unit, he is paying rupees 20 and getting the utility of 25 utils, worth rupees 25. Now when in the third unit, he is paying rupees 20 and he is getting the satisfaction of 20 only. That means here my equilibrium position is set. So the consumer will consume by paying 20 and getting 20. This is the equilibrium point, where MUX is equals to PX, where your marginal utility is equals to your price. Now, consumer will not consume fourth and fifth point because it gives the less utility than the price paid. Here the utility is 15, you are getting less, and your price is 20, you are paying 20, you are paying more and you are getting less utility. So always remember that marginal utility of a money is constant here, and it is a measuring rod for a rupee worth of satisfaction. So whenever we just want to convert this marginal utility in terms of money, we will just, what we write, marginal utility in terms of money is equals to price of X. So marginal utility in terms of money is marginal utility of a good, that is commodity X. In terms of money is that MUM is equals to price of X. We can write like this way also, MUX by PX is equals to MUM. So proved. I hope the concept of consumer equilibrium is clear to you. In the next class, I will just discuss the two commodity case. Thank you.